Are you tired of where you are? Empty yourself. Are you hearing me? Empty yourself. Exhaust yourself. Give all he has given to you. And how do you give yourself out? The Bible says he called 3 of his servants before he left. Gave one 5 talents, gave one 2 talents, gave another one 1 talent. The Bible said the one with 5 talents traded his own. He poured it out. The one with 2 traded his own and got 4. The one with 1 buried it. As far as you are not faithful to people around you, whatsoever God have given to you, as far as you are not using it for people around you, you are not empty, you are still full. You have buried what God gave to you. Are you hearing me, somebody? There's something God gave to you for the nations. It starts with your family. He first of all give you something for your family. When you use it very well, then he increase you. He say, okay. The Bible says when that one with 5 talents brought his own, he said, you have been faithful with little. Now enter into much. Enter into my abundance. Ask your neighbor, what did God put inside you that you have not used? Let me tell you something. Every one of you must die empty. Don't die with this content that is inside you. For Jesus to say, I taste, meaning he have emptied himself. Are you hearing me? If in 2 Timothy 4 from verse 6, Paul said, I have been offered. He said, for I am already poured out. You are not, are you saying that? I am already poured out as a drink offering. Do you know how your forefathers, when they want to serve idol, they carry a cup and pour it to the idol? Paul said, the content I came with, I have poured it out. The time of my departure is at hand. May you not die with the content God has placed inside you. It's the greatest prayer you can ever pray for yourself. There's the content. God renews it. As you are using it, he renews it. As you are using it, he renews it. As you are blessing people with it, he renews it. The Lord spoke to me. He said, the human body is a vessel where I pour my content. The human body, this body you are seeing, this our body, is a vessel that God pours his content. Are you hearing me? Yes, and he refill it and renew it in season and in time. Jesus started from his parents. Then he went to the church. The parents found him there. He said, why are you looking for me? He said, did I not be doing my father's business now? And today we are hearing Jesus everywhere. His name is eternal. Listen, the glory that God has put on you is an eternal glory. God said he came with much to fill many. There's something similar to your spiritual life and an eagle. You see, an eagle is the bird that lives longest among his species. An eagle lives up to 70 years. Even longer than many human beings. When an eagle is 40 years old, his beak becomes weak. His talons becomes bent. And that is what he uses to hunt. And the feather becomes too heavy when he's 40 years old. That is the stage of the youth. Now, when the eagle comes to this level, he has 2 options, either to die or to renew himself. So what does the eagle to renew himself? He flies to a very high mountain. And when he gets there, he does not go there to play. First of all, he uses his beak to hit a rock because it's old, and he removes it with pain. It's like removing your fingernail totally. After removing that, he allows it to grow. Then he begins to use his talon to hit the rock also until all of them fall off. Then when that one grow, he begins to use the beak to remove all the feathers, like waxing your hair away from your body. It stays for 150 days, 5 months in doing this without eating, only drinking water. After 5 months, you see the eagle will return again with a new feather, with a new beak, and with a new talon. So he's saying those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength like an eagle for a new manifestation, for a new season. Are you hearing me? For a new beginning, for a new experience, for new glory. That was what the psalmist was saying in the book of Psalm 42 from verse 1. He said, as the deep panted for the water, so my soul panted after thee. Meaning my soul is waiting for God in a dry and thirsty land where there's no water. Why? To see thy power. He said, my soul tastes for God, for the living God. When shall I come and appear before God? My tears has been my food day and night. Why they continue to say to me, where is your God? You must learn the ministry of waiting. If you want to be renewed, you must understand what it means to wait. They that wait upon the Lord, they shall renew their strength. Listen, and to wait, you have to come to a place where you have emptied yourself. Are you hearing me, somebody? In the book of John 19 from verse 28, Jesus Jesus said, I taste. You don't taste until you are tasty. Meaning, for God to add more to you, you have to be hungry for him. Are you hearing me, somebody? God does not visit you until you see appetite. God does not add to you until you see hunger. He said, blessed are those who hunger and taste, they shall be filled. The reason why you have not seen your next level, you are not hungry. You are not tasty. You are overfed. You don't impregnate a pregnant woman. When you are already filled, God does not put anything on you. The Bible said a lady came to the prophet and said, my husband was one of the sons of the prophet, but he's owing debt. And the prophet said, what do you have in your house? She said, I don't have anything but small oil. The prophet said, borrow vessels. Borrow vessels. The meaning of borrowing vessel is creating appetite. Tell neighbor, you have to pour out to be refilled. When Jesus said, I taste, it was because he has poured out his life to the world. It was not empty. A new glory was ready for him. Nobody, listen, this kingdom you are in, nobody is promoted until they pour out the little they have. The one that God gave to you last, what did you do with it? Are you hearing me, somebody? The life he gave to you now, what have you done with it? The life he gave to Jesus was the life he offered to the world. He became empty on the cross. He said, I taste. Meaning there's a new level, there's a new season. That's why Paul said, God have highly exalted him. At the mention of his name, every knee must bow. Before he went to the cross, that glory was not ready for him. He has to offer himself first, empty himself. So God said, humans are my vessel that I pour my content. Whenever God wants to do something new, he finds empty vessels and pour new content on them. If we don't cry for new content, we'll keep on repeating old things, old manifestation, old miracles we have seen. Oh, Kachikuma, oh, Benny Hinn, oh, we'll keep on naming people. Why? What of you? Is it all of God that Benny Hinn carried? Is it all of God that Kachikuma carried? Is it all of God that Smith Wigglesworth carried? There's no vessel that can host the whole of God. They only hosted a tiny portion. What is the water you are drinking compared to the one in an ocean? Everything you read, everything you've ever had, Elijah, Moses, whatsoever you have had, whatever name you've had, they only hosted a tiny portion of what God can give. If you find hungry people, then you will bring a new dimension. Every time God wants to pour out on men, every time God wants to visit men, He's looking for those that have empty vessel. According to the people of the world, they say an empty vessel make the loudest noise. But according to God, empty vessel attract God's unction. Are you hearing me, somebody? If God does not find hunger, if God does not find taste in you, He cannot fill you. Are you hearing me, somebody? Hunger and taste is a yearning and crying to God that, Lord, is this all of you? I need more of you. This level I have seen, I am tired of it. This manifestation I have seen, I am tired of it. Whenever you begin to cry like that, whenever you begin to make such tears to God, you begin to attract more of God. Listen, God has more to give us, but He has not found empty vessel to put it. You will cry to God, God use me. When God look at you, He's not seeing you empty. You are filled with yourself. You are filled with your fear. You are filled with your pride. You are filled with the flesh. You are filled with that dimension. You are full of pride. For God to visit you, He will tell you, empty yourself.